Welcome you all to Tech Lab. As I promised in my previous video, today I am going to run Cyberpunk on AMD HD 7790. It's an 1GB DDR5 GPU containing 896 graphics cores, made with the famous 28nm Zen 2 architecture. But the most amazing feature of this GPU is the DirectX 12 support. Not only I am going to test Cyberpunk on this GPU, also going to test some other AAA games like Resident Evil Village, World War Z, SpellBreak, plus some PlayStation 2 and PSP emulation results. Awesome, right? If you haven't seen the video where I ran Rocket League, Fortnite, Watch Dogs, GTA 5, Warframe, Metro Redux, Call of Duty Warzone, Witcher 3, Valorant, etc. on this graphics card, you can click on the link shown in the upper right corner of the video. Hope you guys enjoy it. First game I'm going to play is SpellBreak. Released in September 2020, it's a battle royale game like Fortnite. But instead of using guns to kill your enemy, you use magic. For the last couple of days, I have been playing this game a lot. I'm running this game at Windows full screen at 1080p with high graphical preset. I'm getting well above 30 FPS. Sometimes it goes up to 50 FPS, but most of the time it stays around 30 to 35 FPS. Never dip below 30 FPS. To squeeze maximum FPS, I am setting the graphical preset to low, getting exceptional frame rates from this game. It was around 30 FPS and now it's 150 to 120 FPS. Sure, with high settings it looked awesome, but with low settings it's not that bad. In the end, more FPS is better in high-paced action online games like this than better looking graphics. The next game is GodFall. I couldn't even imagine this game can be run with this graphics card, and it's only possible because of AMD Fidelity FX Super Resolution, known as FSR. Running at 1080p, the quality preset set to Epic and the FSR setting set to Performance. With these settings, I am getting above 30 FPS all the time and sometimes even past 40 to 50 FPS depending on the gameplay and scenery. This game is very enjoyable and the visual effects are beautiful. From now on, I'll be adding this game to my GPU benchmark list. Our next stop is none other than the famous Resident Evil Village. Using native 1080p, with most of the settings are set to low or medium. Most of the time it hovered between 30 to 40 FPS and the 0.1% low was 28 FPS. Even with the low medium settings, this game looks surprisingly good. The recoil, smoke coming out from the shotgun barrel, enemy distance and close-up look, foliage looks exceptional. I got drawn into this gameplay so much that I played for 2.5 hours straight. I stopped playing when my alarm rang at 4:30 AM. It's time to get some sleep or I won't be able to wake up in the morning. Next night, I started playing World War Z. Running at 1080p, I noticed the FPS does not increase that much if I set the detail settings to low. So I decided to keep the detail settings to high to enjoy some nice textures. This game did not disappoint me. Most of the time, the FPS hovered around 60 to 70 FPS. The 1% and 0.01% low was 55 and 48 FPS. Not that bad for a AAA game like this. Our next game is very hard to run is Cyberpunk. I'm very surprised to see this game is running here at all. You can see I'm running this game at around 28 to 35 FPS. The lowest 0.01% FPS was 21. Even in the intense fight, it was over 30 FPS. So what settings I used to get this kind of gameplay from this old graphics card? Well, running at 1080p, I turned everything low, enabled dynamic fidelity effects, CAS, set minimum resolution to 60% and maximum resolution to 80%. Next, I am going to try some emulations. What could be better than PlayStation 2 emulation? I am using 3x PS2 resolution on my native 1080p display. Of course, I am going to play God of War series on the PCSX2 emulator because it's the only reason I am taking this much hassle. Most of the other games I used to love on PS2 are all available on PC, so no reason to emulate them. First game I am going to emulate here is God of War 2. It still surprised me how much effort they put on making this game. No wonder it was a PlayStation exclusive. Same story is for the God of War Ghost of Sparta. Excellent graphics with extraordinary gameplay. Next is PSP emulation. First, I am going to play Asphalt Urban GT. I am running this game at 1080p resolution, getting locked 33 FPS. I assure you, in my long history of PSP gameplay, I have never seen this car reflect like this. Wow. Next game is Dragon Ball Z Another World. This game runs exceptionally well at 10x PSP resolution, in short 4K resolution. This game never dipped below 60 FPS and the gameplay is awesome. I still play this game on my PSP 3000. If you want me to make a video about my PSP, just let me know. Next game is God of War Chains of Olympus, which runs surprisingly well with my monitor's native 1080p resolution. Mostly it was locked at 60 FPS, but the 0.001% low was 56. This game is equally enjoyable like other games of this set. Please write me in the comment below what you want to see in my next videos and also give me some suggestion. See you in the next one.